Have you ever wondered if there's a way to tell when a woman might have recently been intimate? Whether it's just out of curiosity, a desire to understand relationships more deeply, or simply to learn about how intimacy impacts people's emotions and behavior, some signs may be more visible than you'd think. While everyone's reactions are different, certain indicators can give you clues that something special may have recently happened. Today, we're taking a deep dive into 5 fascinating signs that might hint if a woman has recently had sex. But we're not just talking about physical changes. We're also going to look at the psychological, emotional, and behavioral shifts that can occur post-intimacy. These changes can offer insights into how sexual experiences affect the mind and body, giving us a fuller understanding of human connection. By the end of this video, you'll have a better eye for recognizing these signs and understanding what they could mean in context. Before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This channel is dedicated to providing you with knowledge on relationships, attraction, and the science behind human psychology. Your support helps us continue to create content for those who want to delve deeper into the world of human connection. All right, let's jump right into it. 1. A noticeable mood shift, the power of feel-good. Hormones. One of the first and most telling signs of recent intimacy is often a change in her mood. After sex, a woman's body releases an array of feel-good hormones, such as oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, dopamine, and endorphins. These hormones promote feelings of happiness, relaxation, and emotional warmth. This shift can be subtle but powerful, and it often leads to an overall calmer, more content demeanor. She may seem to have a more relaxed presence, a little less guarded, and perhaps even a hint more open or affectionate in her tone. But the hormonal impact of intimacy isn't always positive. If the experience carried any emotional complexity, whether it was unsatisfying, had elements of regret, or involved personal conflicts, she may appear more withdrawn, quiet, or even irritable. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior highlighted that women's emotional responses post-intimacy vary widely, depending on the relationship dynamics, individual feelings, and context of the encounter. While one woman may feel a serene, almost giddy happiness, another might feel unexpectedly distant or subdued. If you notice that her usual mood has suddenly shifted in a way that seems unprompted, whether it's an upbeat energy or a sudden reserve, this could be a signal. However, keep in mind that mood shifts can be caused by countless other factors, so take this observation as a piece of the puzzle, not a definitive conclusion. 2. The famous post-sex glow. It's not just a myth. You've probably heard about the post-sex glow before, and while it might sound like an old cliché, there's actually science to back it up. Following intimacy, many women experience an increase in blood flow to the skin, which can give their complexion a slightly flushed, more radiant appearance. This phenomenon is caused by the combined effects of endorphins and an increase in circulation, which can give the skin a temporary glow, slightly rosy cheeks, and a generally refreshed look. Dermatologists affirm that this glow is a genuine physiological response, as hormonal changes during intimacy can bring an instant boost to one's appearance. Increased levels of estrogen during intimacy can improve skin elasticity and radiance. In fact, for some women, this effect is so pronounced that they might look as if they've just returned from a brisk walk or a spa treatment. If you happen to notice her looking particularly refreshed, radiant, or with a subtle flush, it could be a natural post-intimacy reaction. But of course, keep in mind that the glow alone doesn't mean much. It's something to observe in combination with other signs. A new skincare routine, recent exercise, or even just a good night's sleep can all give similar results. Consider this glow a hint, not a confirmation. 3. Relaxed, confident body language. What her movements may reveal. Body language is one of the most powerful ways we communicate without saying a word. After intimacy, a woman's body language may shift to become more relaxed, open, or confident. You might notice her sitting back more comfortably, making more direct eye contact, or leaning in a bit closer when she's speaking. This can be the result of both physical relaxation and an emotional release that intimacy often brings. Psychologists specializing in nonverbal communication note that people who've recently had a positive intimate experience often display subtle but noticeable changes in body language. After sex, people tend to feel more at ease, and this can show in the way a woman holds herself. She might appear more grounded, more comfortable, and may even move with a subtle confidence that wasn't as pronounced before. For instance, she may take up a bit more space, laugh more freely, or touch her hair a little more often. This shift in body language can signal a recent intimate experience, especially if you notice a combination of other signs. However, body language is complex and can be influenced by other factors such as mood, comfort level, or social setting, so take note of the context as well. 4. Hints in conversation. The art of subtlety. Sometimes the clues aren't in her appearance or body language, but in the little things she says or doesn't say. Women may, intentionally or unintentionally, drop hints in conversation that point to a recent sexual experience. These hints can be subtle, like casually mentioning how she spent her time, referencing someone she was with, or even a playful comment that suggests she's feeling particularly satisfied. Studies in conversational analysis have found that people often allude to recent experiences through indirect language, especially when it comes to intimate or private matters. Rather than openly discussing something personal, they may reveal small clues or make allusions to it in passing. For instance, if she's being a bit more playful, coy, or even a touch mysterious in the way she talks, this may signal a recent intimate experience. Comments like, "I was out with a friend last night," or even a slight smile when mentioning her plans could all be indicators. However, pay attention to the context and tone of her words. People's conversations are layered with meaning, and interpreting them often requires looking at both what is said and the way it's expressed. Be sure to listen attentively, but don't jump to conclusions based solely on a hint or two. 5. Post-date behaviors. Subtle shifts in self-care. Finally, take note of her behavior in the hours following an encounter. After intimacy, a woman might feel a heightened awareness of her body and engage in small self-care behaviors. You may notice her adjusting her clothing more frequently, touching her hair, or even refreshing her makeup or appearance more often. These are small gestures that may signify a desire to prolong the feeling of attractiveness or comfort that intimacy often brings. Research on post-coital behavior shows that many women feel a desire to maintain the feeling of cleanliness and attraction after intimacy. These subtle behaviors are almost subconscious. She may not even be aware that she's doing them. For instance, she might fix her hair, smooth her clothes, or use small touches to keep her appearance in check. If you notice these small gestures after she's returned from time away or following a date, this could be a sign of recent intimacy. However, as with all the other signs, these behaviors are not definitive. Context matters greatly, and people often engage in self-care routines for a multitude of reasons. But combined with other indicators, these behaviors can add a final layer of understanding. Final thoughts. Reading the signs with care. So, there you have it. 5 signs that may indicate a woman has recently had sex. From changes in mood and that unmistakable post-sex glow to subtle shifts in body language, conversational hints, and small behaviors afterward, each of these signs offers a piece of the puzzle. But remember, these signs are just indicators. They're not foolproof, and assuming too much can lead to misunderstandings. It's always best to approach these observations with respect and to remember that personal boundaries and privacy are paramount. In relationships, the most important things are trust, open communication, and genuine understanding. If you do notice these signs, consider what they mean within the context of your relationship. Is there space for open conversation about intimacy? Are you both comfortable discussing changes in mood or behavior? These insights are here to help you navigate the complex world of relationships with respect and empathy, not to encourage assumptions or judgments.
To recap, the 5 signs we've discussed today are a noticeable mood change, the post-sex glow, shifts in body language, subtle conversational cues, and specific self-care behaviors afterward. These clues can give you a window into the influence of intimacy, but the bigger picture is always key. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with others who might benefit from understanding these subtle signals. We'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these signs in your experiences? Drop a comment below and join the conversation. Relationships are complex, and sharing our observations can help us all learn more about human connection. Until next time, remember that relationships thrive on trust, communication, and empathy. Keep learning, stay curious, and continue exploring the fascinating psychology of attraction and human behavior.